From the field notes of Marl Keenlet, Telvanni scholar. I have spent the better part of my illustrious career making a study of the eruption of Red Mountain and its aftermath. In my treatise, the Lorkhonus Causatum, I postulate that while large amounts of the dead god's magic were contained in the heart stones ejected from the volcano, the longer-term and more interesting effects were contained in the volcanic ash. Heartstone fell upon the land as far north as Solstheim, but the ash traveled through the atmosphere and spread and deposited in magic much farther afield. One may extract the plentiful magic from a heartstone in an immediate and obvious way, as one of my colleagues, who shall not be named, has proven in his rather limited and unimpressive project. No, the heartstones are obvious, but what of the ash? The concentration of magic is obviously much lower in ash, but what happens when these particles, which I have dubbed Lorkhon particles, are diluted into water, plowed into the soil, consumed by ordinary people? Extraordinary things come to light, that's what happens. But to see these effects, you must be watching. I have spent the last few years watching, and what I have discovered shakes the very foundations of what we have come to understand about magic. Certain individuals exhibit a degree of sensitivity to residual magic in our environment, and in some few cases, they develop incredible abilities. In the early days of my research, I had identified 3 individuals with Lorkhon-enhanced magical symptoms. A plucky Bosmer courier named Vander Nightbrook, a wily orc thief known only as Twist, and the supreme example of the phenomenon, the Shadeling, who had been completely transformed by the particles into something otherworldly. However, for as much as I had accomplished at that time, I had not yet come to realize that there were at least 2 more, one of whom has washed up on the coast of Skyrim only weeks before. What I would soon come to discover was that Eitestag, the Atmoran, the Lore Shield, the Barbarian, would be the most dangerous of all. Welcome, dear viewers, to CouchWarrior TV on YouTube. I am the CouchWarrior, and you are watching Tuesday Night Stories. Tonight features Barbarian. Welcome, everybody. We got a few people filtering in still. That's cool. Just let me get situated here. Thank you for joining me. We have quite a few things happening. Good to see some of you again. Saw you all last night, some of you too. Okay. So tonight, of course, is Barbarian. And here is our boy, Eitestag. Now, for those of you who haven't followed his story, you're in luck. There hasn't been much of it so far. There's only been a few episodes, so it will be easy enough for you to catch up. So let's, we're going to work a few things out here. But before we do that, all right. So, Idastog is an Atmoran. He has washed up on shore. He is one of the last left. And he's also a very specialized Atmoran indeed, in that amongst his people, when his people were prevalent, he would have been known as what is called a lore shield. And his job was essentially as kind of a shaman and scribe in the Atmoran tradition. The Atmoran tradition is one of passing down the stories of their history and their gods and their culture through stories. So it's an oral tradition. And so if you can think of him almost as being like, I guess like a motivational speaker meets a historian, meets a scribe, and in his culture, they had an almost priestly quality to them. So now he is the last one left. And if you pay any attention to Elder Scrolls lore, you will find out very quickly that the prevailing theory is that the Atmorans left Atmora and traveled to Tamriel because basically the area had become uninhabitable due to weather concerns. Okay? However, Idastog has returned to meet his brothers, and there's also a Bosmer woman with him named Thaela, which up until the last episode he just simply referred to as woman, but she seemed to gain his respect, and now he has changed his tune. He calls her by her name, but that's about all he can manage at this point. He comes here to meet his brothers, telling stories to his brothers who have long packed up and left Atmora, that the reason their people actually left had nothing at all to do with the weather and had more to do with a creature or a figure that he refers to as the Woodland Man. And if you want to learn some freaky stuff about lore, look up information on the Woodland Man. That is some kind of amazing stuff. And so basically he's got these horror stories of the real reason that the Atmorans had to leave. So let's set up a few things. Now, all of this stuff is kind of explained through a series of episodes and stories in the first parts of Barbarian. So you can go and watch a few episodes. You'll get kind of the scoop on how they got to this location, where he washed up on shore, some of his storytelling. There's stuff like that in there. And that'll be good background for you. All right. Let's get things set up here. All right. The other thing we need is tweak commands. All right, so this story, I do quite a few kind of lighthearted stories. This is not one of those generally. There may be some moments, but Idastog is a dark character, and he's got some problems. And we are going to talk about this character. We're going to level set so that we're all on the same page with this character. There are some things that are pretty important that we all understand about him before we get into the adventuring, okay? Okay. I got a lot of extra mouse movement going on here. I'm sorry about that. Trying to deal with it as we speak.
Next Imperial I see is dead.
Is dead. So Valfar is his older brother, and Hoth is the middle brother. Idastog is the youngest brother. And then Thaelen is a companion that Valfar brought along because he thought that she should be useful. The brothers are expecting their youngest brother to come to Skyrim from Atmora, and that they're going to go raiding, and they're going to get rich, and they're going to do all these things. They have been out of Atmora long enough that they don't really understand completely what's going on there. And the idea is their younger brother comes back, and the hope is that they're going to go and start raiding villages and taking on bandits and doing those kinds of things. That is their expectation. But what they're beginning to discover is that Idastog has a much different agenda. And it has a lot less to do with fighting and raiding than they would have anticipated. So what we're going to do is we're going to find ourselves a nice place to hang out here for a second, and we are going to walk through some of the information that you all need to know about this character, and then that'll give you some framework upon which to understand why I'm going to be making the decisions that I am in game with regard to this character. Okay? All right. So one of the things, obviously, that we always do is the circles of character conflict. We are going to talk about those circles as they pertain to Idastog. And we'll, feel free to ask questions if you like. That's fine. If you're going to pose questions, make sure that you put in all capital letters question, followed by your question, and I will try to address it. It's probably the only way that I'll actually see it. Okay? So the circles of character conflict, we talk about these all the frickin' time. You can find an article about them on the website. If you want to check that out, that's there. But essentially what we do is we try to understand a little bit of a character's personality based on the character's relationship to self and to the people and society that surround them. So starting with the center circle, the pebble in the pond, if you will, we need to understand something about how Idastog views himself in order to have context around why he is going to make some of the decisions that he is. And as I said, his story is a rather dark one. And so he's got a lot of personal demons. He is basically driven by 3 different emotions for different reasons. 1 is shame, 2 is loneliness, and 3 is fear. So where shame is concerned, this is a self-shame related to his own weakness. He hates his own weakness. He views himself as vulnerable to the woodland man. And the woodland man has obviously, to some degree, gotten into his head. But we're going to understand a little bit more about why that is as we get further into the discussion. And so what he does is he tries to mask his vulnerability and shame with naked aggression. He's quick to anger, and he's brutal in battle. So the symptoms of this shame kind of present themselves as he's rigid and he's aggressive. Those are kind of the symptoms, and how they manifest is he can be very combative, he can be inflexible with others, he's argumentative, he's opinionated, he's extremely stubborn, but all of this stuff is a mask for what he feels inside, which is vulnerable. He feels a sense of shame because he feels unable to protect himself from the woodland man, who is a figure that in lore is the old god's representation of Herma Mora or Hermaeus Mora.
And so he's got this inner conflict related to that. He also suffers from loneliness. He's lived a mostly solitary life, believing that he alone must carry the burden of preserving the culture of his people. He is the last lore shield. He's the last one who's heard the oral histories, and he's got no one to pass this stuff on to. So if he dies, it's gone forever. And that has driven him to be kind of a solitary person. And in order to kind of protect himself and protect his people, he's been largely solitary. He's devoted much of his life to the study of languages and understanding stories, religion, lore, and cultural practices of the Atmoran people. He's trying to make a mental catalog of all of these things and trying desperately to figure out how to preserve them. So he does not understand written languages. In other words, he cannot read and write, but he can speak and understand multiple languages, including runes and pictograms. Okay? So this loneliness presents itself in terms of symptoms as he's just socially solitary. And it'll manifest itself in different ways. He'll remove himself from crowds. He does not enjoy cities. He becomes annoyed when he's questioned by other people. Stuff like that. Engaging in normal conversation is difficult for him, with the exception of perhaps his brothers. Okay? The third thing that drives him is fear. Somewhere in his past, he has been traumatized by the lurking shadow of the woodland man. This demon is an ever-present threat that has shaped his entire life. So he fears death, and he fears failing his people. That's not to say he's afraid of a fight. He's not. But he fears death because he's worried about what that means for his people. Okay? So this fear presents itself in terms of symptoms as kind of paranoia and superstition. All right? So Eidistog, when this is manifested, Eidistog kind of clings to shore and the rituals around the old god Shore, believing that it may protect him from the demon that hunts him. He believes his death is inevitable and that the woodland man will come for him eventually. Okay? So as far as superstition goes, he's lighting nightly fires before he goes to sleep. He's performing rituals around those fires, prayers to Shore. And these prayers, he doesn't really respect Shore. These prayers are really a mask because the meditation calms his fears, okay? In reality, he hates and resents Shore because he believes Shore has abandoned him and he's destined to walk the world alone with this heavy weight, right? Trying to evade the woodland man who wants to tear him limb from limb and pull everything he knows from his mind, right? And then as far as the paranoia goes, there's certain things that represent danger to him. He is nervous in the depths of the forest because he knows that's the domain of the woodland man. And we're going to start to find other things that disturb him, all right? But he is a man who's constantly trying to hide his weaknesses. So when we see that rigidity, we see that aggressiveness, we see that combativeness, that is a symptom of him trying to hide his fears and trying to make everyone kind of distracted, you know, so that they don't catch on to the fact that he's terrified of the situation he finds himself in. So that is the man that we see walking Skyrim, right? And understand he's lived his life in seclusion in Atmora, so Skyrim is new to him. So as far as interpersonal goes, the interpersonal ring, as far as family and friends, his years fighting and on the run and in hiding have made him paranoid. He does not truly trust anyone, including his own family. He will be aggressive and act quickly to attempt to control situations. Okay, he never lets his guard down and takes an absolute black and white view of life in the world. This intense personality makes it difficult for others to get to know him, and this intensity drives people away from him. So He is not always solitary by choice. It's just that he's hard to understand, hard to know, and very difficult to get along with if you're not related to him. And even if you are related to him, he presents a lot of difficulties. So he wandered the frozen reaches of Atmora to finally take up with a small group of destitute monks who helped him understand the responsibilities of the Lore Shield. And on a dark and bitterly cold night, he was witness to their horrific slaughter on the bloody talons of the Woodland Man, as the demon tore away their last memories of Atmoran civilization. All right, so this is kind of where he's coming from, okay? All right, so socially, Eidastog has little respect for social norms, and the customs of Skyrim are unknown to him. He's uninterested in modern cultures, government, and religion. He sees them as feeble institutions, unable to protect people from the will of the gods. People have been foolish and have lost sight of the gods that will kill and fail them. Okay, so he doesn't believe people are foolish for turning their backs on the old gods because they're letting the gods down. He sees the gods in the end as being the enemy that will kill them, and you don't turn your back on the enemy. So that is the complicated man that is Eidastog, okay? Hopefully that makes sense and gives you some insight into who this guy is. He's got a lot of stuff going on, all right? Clearly. So then the question becomes, if we're going to talk about what is Eidastog up to from the journey perspective, he's on a personal quest, and this is actually a quest that he perhaps doesn't realize that he's on. So one of the things that I do like to do is lay out what the character's journey is, and I see the journey at a high level being that Eidastog is going from fearful to fearless. And his whole story is going to be about overcoming these fears and kind of becoming the hero that he was meant to be. So I think that is kind of the larger arc that I'm looking at. And so if I were to break this down also to help those of you who are involved in Unbound kind of understand some of the things that I'm considering here, the primary plot here is that Eidastog is the last living lore shield of Atmora, and he holds within him the key to his civilization, right? He's the last living lore shield, and he's trying to preserve and protect the stories of his people before he dies, but he himself is illiterate, okay? So that is the key there. Okay? And the subplot is an isolated tribe, the last of their kind, is threatened by the demon of knowledge, and only an outsider who understands the enemy can save them. That might give you a hint as to what the subplot is going to be. As far as his character traits go, his two primary character traits at the moment are that he's unshakable and that he's merciless. All right? So those are the things that you need to understand about Eidastog. All right? So that was rather long-winded explanation of what's going on with him. However, it's totally necessary. So, all right. So hopefully everybody is doing well tonight. I'm looking forward to this. I see Vincent, I see Rash, I see Lee, I see Strudel, I see EJ, I see Anne, Silent Eulogy. Thank you guys for coming in. I really do appreciate it. We're going to get started here momentarily. I had to quickly exit the game and start again because I had some chirping going on from Discord, which was running in the background. It's super annoying. So I'm just getting back in here. So let's gather up all of our peeps. And I will switch over to game view here momentarily, okay? All right, let's do it. All right. I see Cannibal Jones. I see Joel. Welcome, everyone. All right. So this is what I would consider to be sort of a hybrid style CouchWarrior roleplay. So we're going to get some in-character voice work. We're going to get some commentary, stuff like that. All right, let's take a look at where we're at. We're going to reset that. Now, I don't have a mod list for this. I don't know that I will. But I have taken some steps to make this fairly grim. You'll probably notice that I've dialed down the saturation. So the game has kind of a grim, dismal look to it.
Who's there? I knew I heard.
Good job, brother. Let us see what they have.
Now I've turned off the HUD, and I'm going to keep the HUD off for a period of time here.
Smash it open. What is this? We have enough food. Where is the other one? Hang on.
Instincts. We're going to use instincts.
Follow the stink. There it is.
Now, one of the things that I'm working on with this character is also playing around with the voice work a little bit, so I know he's going to have a gruff voice, but I haven't entirely figured out. I'm thinking about possibly throwing in an accent of some type, but I'm not totally sure yet. So now, one of the things I said about him was that he was superstitious. We're going to start to see some of those superstitions manifest themselves.
I'll see you in pieces.
Who is this?
Come on.
So it's important, I think, that we remember that we're playing along here together, right? Ultimately, these character creations and ideas.
Come on.
Oh, he's dead.
Wow, he didn't have much gas left in the tank there, I guess, huh? All right, we're not going to field dress anything here. These guys are loaded down with gear, I think, so we're going to kind of continue to move. So what I'm saying is these are characters I've created, so, you know, I own them from the creation perspective, but as we play them through, I like to think that we're having the experience together. And that's what I think makes the live stream special. See the beast.
Hello? Who's there?
It's a saber cat, idiot.
So one of the things that we do is that we have to speak for his brothers. That's how it works, right? This is the same thing that you do when you play. You've got an inner monologue going on. You're imagining the things that these other characters are saying. You're imagining the experiences that they're having together.
What was that?
And so, you know, they're brothers who obviously love to travel together. They're getting to know one another again, getting reacquainted. However, they argue, they fight, just like any brothers would. And let's also not miss the fact that they come from a tribal society, and and yet the youngest brother is the one that they're trusting to lead. So there's obviously some level of respect there between the brothers. There's something special about Idastog. And I think that would be, you know, his status as a holy man in their view, kind of in the tribal sense. And so they're deferring to him, and yet he can be a real dick. He can be condescending. He can be nasty. So we have to kind of imagine the tensions inside these relationships, and we'll play those things out a little bit on our own as we go. But, oh, hold.
Who's there?
But there's situations that can't be ignored. Ah. Good.
You've got real fire in you. I like that. Talos guide you.
It would seem you're the one with a fire, brother. What is this? I thought Skyrim was civilized. I'm taking your arrows, woman. You wanted a raid? Let's raid.
Ooh, I could almost laugh like Volfar.
Okay. All right. Let's not be foolish. Who are these people? I will take this first one. Cover my flank, if you would. Yeah! Short work. What is that? What
Never
is
should have come
that?
here.
Ooh. Ah! Oh, brother. Oh, brother.
Oh, the humanity. Oh, I got gamed. All right, come on. You and your voice.
I've never seen anything quite like that.
What, like this? It's a cave, woman.
What was that?
Hello. Ugh. Ooh, quick. She is quick.
You're pathetic.
Brother, find your own targets. Well done. Okay, here we go. Carefully. Ugh. Oh! Oh, come on, come on.
Smite.
Oh, he got me. Okay. Ooh, I took a beating. Who is that? Now we've got a problem. So this is actually pretty important. And it's actually good that he took a heavy beating from this guy. The reason I say that is because I think this is where we can have our first interaction with superstition. So let's do this. First of all, we're going to use tweak command, and I'm going to get these people to relax
Dead.
and leave me alone for a minute. Now this dude would actually freak out Idastog, because the woodland man, as I've painted the picture of him, is a demonic creature that lives in the forest that is much taller than a typical human and has the head of an elk with a huge rack of antlers. And the fact that these people, some of them are wearing adornments that make them actually look in some respect like the woodland man would kind of freak him out. There's something about this that would be a bad sign for Idastog.
Doesn't matter. I fight for the side that's paying.
The fact that this Briarheart is here, that is also going to make him question that. And he's going to rip that headdress off. He's got to confirm that this is just a man, that it's nothing more.
I've killed just about everything that's walked or crawled or flown at one time or another.
So I think that is going to be pretty disturbing to him. So then the question is, what can we do with it? I think immediately Idastog is going to start asking some fairly serious questions about the Forsworn. Who are these people? Who do they worship? His brothers probably wouldn't be able to tell him much. They wouldn't be able to tell him much more than that there's some group of sort of militant tribal cultists who are known to hang out with hag ravens, worship the old gods. There would be that phrase used, the old gods. Come on. Can't get it. Ugh. No. So I think what we're doing is setting up a situation where Eidesdog is going to be spoiling for a fight. These people are going to freak him out, and he will probably go out of his way to do battle with the Forsworn,
I don't know.
just on the principle of eliminating them based on who he thinks they might be and who he thinks they might be representing. All right? So I think that's going to be part of it. Now, the other thing that we know is that in the primary plot line we're talking about, Eidesdog knows that he's got all of this cultural history locked inside of his brain. And if he dies, it all goes. And so, as much as he hates the idea, he's going to be looking for a strategy to commit everything he knows to paper, to books. And he's illiterate. So he's going to be looking for someone to help him accomplish this task. And so I think that that particular objective is going to continue to take him ever closer to Skyrim's, cities and civilization. So I think that is kind of the direction that I'm going to start to take his adventures, in that he's going to start talking to his brothers, talking to citizens, trying to figure out if he wanted to find someone to work with who could help him do these things and accomplish these goals, who those people would be or where he could start looking.
Let us continue.
All right, we'll get everybody following. And we're going to head out. So, from his perspective, he sees a group of tribal people living out in the wilderness who are extremely aggressive.
Still here.
Who will attack when unprovoked to do so. He knows from what his brother has told him that they're known to worship the old gods, and then he sees them wearing garb and headdress that is reminiscent of the look of the woodland man, and he immediately sees enemy, absolute enemy. To him, there's no doubt in his mind who these people worship, who they represent, and given his paranoia, he is strongly considering the fact that perhaps these people are even hunting him or have been sent to find him. So he's going to see the Forsworn as an immediate threat, an imminent threat, and he will be attacking them without question whenever the opportunity presents itself, as kind of preemptive strikes, I guess, to protect himself.
Who are these?
Less talk, more blood spilling.
There's more of them.
That's close enough.
Huh.
Hello? Who's there?
I'm gonna find whoever did it.
I did it. More of
Less
them.
talk, more blood spilling.
It would seem I'm doing all the blood spilling, brother.
That's close enough.
Impressive, brother. Let us continue.
So I think what's going to happen is our travels are going to take us
What was that?
Hello? Who's there?
On your knees.
through parts of the Reach here, But having spoken to his brothers, I think the goal here is to draw ever closer to Whiterun. We're going to head to Whiterun. In talking to his brother Hoth, he learns that there is a man, a scholar, named Farengar Secretfire in Whiterun, who may be of some assistance. So, the plan is we're going to start making our way that direction in hopes that this is a person who could help us with a translation project, or could perhaps direct us to people who could help. So that is the direction that we're going to take this at the moment, and then we'll just see what comes. So hopefully everybody is doing well. I thank you for watching the stream. I do appreciate it. This is what I am going to be doing for the foreseeable future. So we kind of need to get used to this. I know that there are some people who don't like the long videos. I am basically publishing all of these as is. I'm not going in after the fact and splitting them up into smaller episodes and doing all that kind of stuff. I don't have the time for it, and really what I want to do is I just want to relax into the storytelling. So I'm going to tell the best, most organized stories I can. More of these. Ill totems. I'm going to tell the best stories I can with the tools I've got. So I'm researching some other options.
Walked or crawled or flown at one time or another.
What is this? Ugh. Ugh.
All right. If it's a fight you want, you got it. Well, what are we waiting for?
Well done. They're everywhere. What vile magic is this? I can read these. These are runes, but none like I've seen before.
I don't know.
Wielding.
Elves kind of smell funny.
Still here.
I would agree. Maybe we're smelling her. Not that I mind your scent, Theron. What does this one have? These tribesmen are a mess. So, Idastog is going to be our Dragonborn. And in the lead-in, Marl sort of implied a human heart. Brother, would you care for this?
You know her as EnaiSiaion the Fair. I know her as EnaiSiaion the dirty little chambermaid.
EnaiSiaion. Huh. See if I can get this open. Come on. Ah. What is this? Brother, what are these blue ones? Rubbish. Okay.
You know, there's 101 ways to skin a Khajiit.
All right. So, these totems are even more reason for him to hate the Forsworn. And he hates them almost purely out of superstition. All right, let's turn up a little music, shall we? Enjoy ourselves. We're going to follow the trail. Idastog's not an authority on Skyrim. What is that? You heard it. Gods! What is it?
You ever been troll tipping?
Shut up.
Fun times.
I've got your back.
It's a demon. Are you seeing this? Am I the only one seeing this?
Still here.
Take its heart. Maybe it has power. These hills are cursed. We must leave. Quickly. Where did it come from? Surely it is the work of the woodland man. A vile, demonic, horned creature. Not unlike what I've seen in my nightmares. Look. More of the vile tribesmen. Someone kill that.
What was that?
I haven't the time. Come on. Come, pansies. Quickly. Look. The woman is faster than you.
Empire.
She is 10 times the warrior of you.
Fight for the side.
Okay, prepare.
Pick a man and put
Kill more of these vile tribesmen. They conjure these demons. Is it empty? Surely not. I would be disappointed. Ha. Well done, woman. Okay. On me. Idiot. Ugh. You too. You're an idiot. Come, morons, here. Very well. Everyone, stop. I will do what I can here myself. You can smell the stink of the demons. All right. Let's see what we can do here. This could get ugly. There is one right there. Look at him. He dares wear the visage of the woodland man. What is this? Cult. We will destroy it. Come, bastard.
I was sure I heard something.
Were you sure? Come, face my shield wall. Coward.
Can't beat me.
Don't be so sure. Hey.
I'll see you in
Fall
pieces.
back.
Leave here alive. That's all you got.
Ooh. That's getting nasty. Do a regen. Okay. Ah. What?
You won't get the rest of me.
Ah. Ritual. What is this ritual? More hearts. All right. EJ, I give you permission to ban the panicked monk if it comes down to it. If there's too many bad jokes, if he pushes it, do what you got to do. All right? Oh, it's good to see you, Joe. All right. What? Fight. All right. That was interesting. All right, now, we understand that Idastog may not be getting the story right here, but you have to admit the symbolism is pretty crazy. The symbolism, it's kind of a dead ringer for where his superstitions lie. So I think it's reasonable to expect that having had this experience, he might start to draw some conclusions based on his own personal background. And I mean, this kind of stuff, the fact that they're taking the heads of horned creatures and making them into masks and totems and things like that, it is literally, you know, a dead ringer for the visage of the woodland man. So that is definitely going to be a significant thing for him. So from a roleplay perspective, we're going to go ahead and use that. Oh, Lorkhon particle effect. All Lorkhon affected people exhibit that. That is what we have come to understand. So his brothers see Idastog coming back. They expect, hey, we haven't seen our brother in a long time. Wouldn't it be great if he came to Skyrim and we'd go around and carouse and we would drink and we would raid and we would do all of these things that barbarians do. And he washes up on shore and they discover, to their surprise, that he is a man who is not about any of that. In fact, he doesn't even drink. He doesn't drink because he views that as leaving himself exposed to attack. And at this point, he believes he is a man who's being hunted by basically an omnipotent demon. And so he's got a very fatalistic attitude about the world and his chances of surviving in it. But he's determined to live as long as he possibly can to give himself every opportunity to preserve the knowledge that he carries around inside of his head about his society, which is all but dead. Who is this? Prepare to smash him, brother.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your
Really?
hands only. Let's see here. There's a new museum opening up in Dawnstar. The owner is asking me to hand out invitations to travelers. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
I see. Well, brother, when was the last time you went to a museum? Right. Ah, is this a Skyrim city? Whoa. This isn't a city, right? This is pathetic.
I want you sellswords out of my mind.
Watch your tongue, native. We'll leave when we're sure there's no Forsworn here.
Oh, and when would that be, I wonder?
Forsworn.
I sell my land to the Silverbloods?
Nope.
The
Sorry.
Silverbloods have made you a
Nothing.
very generous offer for this pile of dirt. I suggest you take it.
Pile of dirt is right. Look at this. Truly. Silverblood. Ah, it is a mine. These men seem to know something about these Forsworn. Let's go ask them. But first, let's get a look inside that mine. When one is on campaign, one needs wealth. Come.
We are in control of this mine. We are in control of this mine. No sudden moves.
Right. Who is in charge here? Where's the man in the shiny metal? Where did he go?
We're in control of this mine. No sudden moves.
Damn faithless Imperials.
Come. Let us nose around. Look. Great veins of silver. Interesting. Silver blood is right. You.
We're in control of this mine.
Yes,
No
where is your
sudden
boss?
moves.
There he is. Look at the pompous ass. You. Let us speak.
I've been sent by Silverbloods to keep this mine safe.
Is that your tribe, the Silverbloods?
The mine is closed. Get lost.
Are you in charge?
I'm not from here. I'm a sellsword. These are my men.
Why have you shut down the mine?
Forsworn attacked a while back. Jarl had no men to spare, so the Silverbloods generously offered to send us to clean things up. We just want that old native to hand over his land in payment for our services. Then we'll leave, and everyone can get back to work.
Land? In payment for services of a sellsword? I believe you're overpriced. Good luck with
Right.
that. Who are these Silverbloods? Tell me of your tribe.
You haven't heard of the Silverblood family? They're the most important people in the Reach. They practically own the city of Markarth, and we're here on their coin. All right, then.
Brother, what are you doing?
Speak.
Ugh, what an embarrassment. Come. This is a waste of time.
We're in control of this mine. No
Yes,
sudden
I've
moves.
heard it before.
Never should have come.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Sorry.
What are we waiting for?
Well done. You have him, boys.
Good. You've got real fire in you. I like that. Talos, Skype.
All right. If you'd like to take silver now, go ahead, brother. There's nothing stopping you. It was one insult too many. Look at it. There are riches here in Skyrim. Ah. All right. What have you got? This ridiculous armor.
Got a hunch there's a Grogger killing somewhere.
Come on. You're welcome, assholes. All right, we're going to head towards Markarth. See what happens along the way. Oh, I see a pun competition going on in the chat. Fabulous. All right. Now, Idastog, he has not seen a major city in Skyrim yet. He washed up on the shore in a remote area that was actually pretty far west of Solitude, and then kind of wandered immediately into the Reach. So...
Are you finished ogling the grotesque? I suppose I should be grateful you didn't simply attack me.
Yes, you should be. There will be no ogling on my watch. Markarth. Whiterun. We seem to be going the wrong direction, brother. Why is that exactly? You told me we were going to Whiterun, and yet it points the other way. Hello? You.
Always good to see someone I can trust. Aye.
Take off that ridiculous helmet.
Right.
There is my brother.
Talos guide you.
You apparently are not a bear. Ugh. He is not pretty. Look. The totems. Are you ready, woman? Let's do it. The totems indicate they are here.
Still here.
Look. Perhaps you should shoot him from here. Or do you want me to go in? Well, hello. How are you? Whoa. Eesh. Well, brother, you think they know we're here?
Still here.
It is more of these forsworn. Forsworn to what? The Woodland Man. That is who. Wah. Oh, right in the collar. Do you mind?
Hello?
Ha ha!
That's the end of that.
I am stretching my legs.
Over here.
Wah. They go down easy. Because they have foul armor. Come.
We'll show those faithless dogs who this land belongs to.
What was that?
I do not believe they are faithless, brother. They seem to have some strange faith indeed. He is all yours. I advance. Whoa. Whoa.
Not so bad.
Indeed. Come. Don't make me do this alone. Ah!
What's the hurry?
The hurry is, I wish to kill you because your hat sucks.
Look.
Shouldn't we be out killing something?
Is that not what we are doing? Both of my brothers are idiots, each in their own special way.
Who enters? Will nobody save Lord Wildcat?
All right, be ready. Ugh, it is caged.
Petra, evil Petra put me here, stole my tower, hid her, chew her bones. Let me out, kind meat.
I do not negotiate
Dirty flesh.
with anything that
Let me
refers to me
out.
as meat. What is this? Well. What say you, boys? I have a 1 in 3 chance of getting it right. Well, let us simply try our luck. Ah, not that one. I do not feel well. It's a little better. Hello. There you go. You are strange, brother. Here. Someone else pull this lever.
Next Imperial I see is dead.
Yes, yes. I need you to do something.
Watch yourself out
What
there.
say you?
All right.
Pull my
Let's take a
finger,
look.
brother. Ugh.
Good.
Why didn't you get poisoned? All right. Listen. They are digging more tunnels.
I like bandits. They always keep their gold in their pockets. Every dead bandit is like a gift waiting to be opened.
What was that?
Get ready. Shield up. Back you go. Ugh.
Well, what are we waiting for?
I cleared the path. That was amusing. Are we ready? What? Ah, look. Very bad guards. All right, let's do this.
Over here.
Ah! Vile creature. Put some arrows in her, woman. Please.
Steady now. And they'd be uglier than Imperial. They'll go down just the same.
Ah, I'm stuck.
You
won't live to see tomorrow.
After I'm done with you, you ain't gonna walk right again.
Ah. Well done, everyone. We live. What is this? I will take it. I'll sell it. Oh, eggs. I do like eggs.
I like bandits. They always keep their gold in their pockets. Every dead bandit is like a gift waiting to be opened.
What is this shield? Strange looking. Can I carry it? I have the capacity. These forsworn are less than impressive. In small numbers, anyway.
I've got your back.
Good. Ah, the old ones leave their riches everywhere. Ah, Volfar, I have found you a spare.
I've got your back.
Where is Theral?
Damn faithless Imperials.
She was hiding behind you. Well, our work here is done. We will leave the ugly one locked up.
Shouldn't we be out killing something?
Take flight, friend. Ah, these are good. Back to the road.
I've got your back.
All right, so we are going to continue our march. Now, I'm thinking to myself that Idastog, having seen the sign pointing to Whiterun, and being the stubborn fellow that he is, the bossy pants, if you will, he is going to turn the group around and head the opposite direction. This will be him kind of an outward sign or example that he's asserting his control. He's also insulting his brother at the same time, which is definitely right on track with how Idastog would act towards his brothers. All right.
Well, you know her as Elisif the Fair. I know her as Elisif the dirty little chambermaid.
Sure you do, brother. We are going the wrong way. Come, there is a bridge up here. Perhaps we can cross the river and start heading the right direction. So eventually we're going to have to stop and set up a camp. So we're going to do that. Hello. Are you edible? Does a chicken come from out here? Ah, there is fighting. More of these vermin. That is two for me.
Good job.
I will leave you one. I do not require your compliments, brother. I know that I am a capable fighter. You needn't remind me of that. I love the smarmy smile on his face, like... And he always gets that look on his face, right? When the followers come along, he gets that, ooh, I hate you, chicken. What is this? Chicken? Chicken makes me angry. Followers make me happy. Very good. All right, we follow this road. Now, who's this? Look, it's a cat.
Maik wishes you well. Much snow in Skyrim. Enough snow. Maik does not want any more. Until next time.
Right. Come, brothers, we will find a place to camp. How about up there? That looks defensible. Does it not? Cliff face at our front.
Is dead.
What? I'm happy to kill them all. Ugh.
Thanks for your part, Lord. What was that? Scared him off.
Well, I did not even wet my blade.
I don't know. Most orcs. You're dumb as a bag of rocks.
Ooh, there's a bear. I am ready. It is a bear that gave me the scar on my face. It is a worthy opponent. Come, beast. Come, beast. Ah, I got the jump on him. Ooh. Brother, could use some help. Another two. Ah. Ah. Ooh. Get up here and skin these. I'm busy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a short intermission here. We're going to set up a camp, And then when we return, we are going to continue our travels towards Whiterun. Thank you all very much. I will talk to you shortly. Welcome back, dear viewers, to CouchWarrior TV on YouTube. It's Tuesday Night Stories, in some circles known as Tuesday. But I don't like to brag. I can't claim the whole day for myself. Everyone has Tuesdays, after all. Okay, let us continue. So, during the intermission, I went ahead, set up the camp, built a fire. We are going to get some shut-eye. And then we are going to move along. Use the bedroll. Ugh. This is living, or is it? This is me waiting around with my boots off for the woodland man to slit my throat in the night and eat my heart. Great. All right. So, let's see. Do 8 hours. How's everybody doing out there? Hopefully the stream has been good. According to my information here, we have not had any hiccups in the stream. So, usually you guys are good about telling me if something funky's going on. So, I'm going to invest in block and heavy armor. We awaken, feeling rested. All right. After what we saw yesterday, the demon, I think we're gonna pray. Now again, remember, this isn't actually prayer. Okay? This isn't prayer. What this is Idastog kind of playing at prayer. It's the imitation of prayer, but it's really a meditation that keeps his nerves calm. Because he is a man filled with fear. He's a man who's being hunted by a demon. It's one thing to be hunted by, I don't know, the Imperials, or the local government, or thugs, or bounty hunters. But he believes in his heart that he is actually being hunted by the woodland man. And now is actually a good time to talk a little bit about the tattoos that adorn his body. That is a image of the woodland man tattooed on his back as he perceives it. And he's also covered his body with runes. And the idea behind those runes is these are old runes that basically tell all the ugly details of his life. He is a man who has no secrets. He has tattooed the story of his life in runes on his body and on his face, on his chest, around his neck, on his back. All those lines of runes basically tell his story, and they reveal his innermost thoughts and secrets. And he does this as a way of trying to dissuade the woodland man from killing him. It's considered to be wards. These are like wards against Hermaeus Mora, because there's no need for Hermaeus Mora or the woodland man to take his life if all of his secrets are printed on his body, because ultimately what Hermaeus Mora wants is knowledge. And if we present that knowledge to the woodland man in the form of runes, printed material, right? He can discern all of our deepest secrets without having to kill us to do it. So that is the theory behind the tattoos. You can see those lines of runes wrap all the way around his arms, all the way down to his wrists and forearms. So having wards all over his body is kind of his way of protecting himself from the demon. That is the theory behind this character's look, I guess. All right. So the idea is he sets his mind at ease. He tries to calm his nerves, and he does that by meditating. And that is also why he strips off the upper part of his armor. He wants to reveal his wards to the world, and by extension to Hermaeus Mora. He wants to reveal his secrets. So as you can imagine, he would constantly be looking to add new wards. So part of my plan for this adventure is that as he moves down this path toward becoming more powerful and more aware of his role in the world as this powerful being that others will come to know as the Dragonborn, he will have to begin expanding the wards on his body to include all of his new secrets. So I'm going to be adding some new tattoos to his body throughout the course of our adventure, which I think will be kind of fun. All right, we're going to go back down to the road.
More cats. They're everywhere here. Look, they have
What
a
do you want?
pet orc.
Please, come and browse our goods.
So in case anybody missed it, at the very top of this stream, I made an announcement about next week's story. Next week's story night will not, in fact, be on Tuesday. It has been moved to Monday night. So if you want to watch the story next week, it's going to be on Monday night, not Tuesday. However, never fear, there's also going to be a live stream on Tuesday night. It's going to be a live recording of the Unbound podcast. And that is going to be episode number 2 of Unbound Season 3. This is where we are going to start talking about your homework. We're going to be reviewing your characters. We're going to be talking about the stories that you're putting together. And we're going to be having a little bit of talk about things that we can do from a role-play perspective in the early stages of character development. That is entitled Hero. And that is where we're talking about the development of our plot, the development of our character traits and our character's personality as they start to hit those early levels and start to come into the early stages of their power in the game. So we're going to talk about that for a little while, and then the rest of the episode will be entirely devoted to talking about your characters, your stories, through your homework submissions. And the cool thing is as of today, we've already had 4 homework submissions. Now you have up until 24 hours before the podcast live stream. So you don't technically have to submit your homework, your Unbound homework, until Next Monday. You got plenty of time. All right? But you can submit whenever you want to. So, and if you have any questions about how... God damn it, Volfar. Fucking Volfar. I can't for the life of me understand why that affects me sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. You dumb bastard. All right. Goddamn Volfar. Seriously. That is super annoying. All right. Deaths are what they are. You know what? It occurs to me, I wonder if I didn't actually even get any sleep now. Let's reload. That's super annoying. Be this one? Let's try this one. As far as I know, there's no way for me to disable that. So let's at least get our sleep in. I said 8 hours, right? We won't go through the meditation. We've already done all that. We've already discussed it. So we're just going to move on. But before we pack it in here, we can take a look at Volfar. Volfar has a few meager options. I don't think any of the options associated with that mod actually help us out with friendly fire, however. All right. Yes, it was literally friendly fire. Very annoying friendly fire. Hey, asshole. All right. Tweak options, really. I don't think that's going to help us out. Could you do me a favor?
Already done.
Already done.
Oh, that's just that bullshit.
Good. It's done.
So we can do some stuff with his apparel. I need you to do something is basically the same as that other one. You can see I've already disabled some of his voice lines. The stupid thing is, that he took me out killing a mud crab. I mean, all the times that I've led the charge into battle and he's been using that Thum and not killed me. I don't know why. I literally went full night's sleep, full health, and I keeled over like it was nothing. So I don't know what that's all about. Maybe the damage is reduced if his shout is, obstructed by an enemy or something.
What might you need?
I don't know. Okay, let's do this. Let's quick save here. We'll quick save again a little further up. I'm going to quick save just before we get to those stinking crabs because, I mean, unless I killed him first, he's going to shout again. This is one of the problems with Volfar. there's no way to throttle that, you know, to turn it off. And he is set up in such a way that he's, for the most part, he's completely immune to a lot of the traditional follower mods. So, oh, Volfar might attack these guys. Is he gonna? They might attack him. They're not attacking him. I guess that's good. I'm pretty sure that the Imperial soldiers from the vanilla game will attack Volfar on sight. So, goats. All right. Let's quick save here. The only thing I can think of is that maybe the damage is reduced if he's hitting an enemy. Like if he hits an enemy first, like it absorbs some of the damage.
Let's do this already.
Jesus, that's over. Uh-huh. Cooking them crab legs. What'll be interesting is, eventually, I mean, the time is going to come when Idastog will also be using the Thum.
Who's there?
Teamwork.
Ah. Look, Therill, it's one of your countrymen. Ah. What is this? Retrieve some wine for you, brother. All right. I may have to go on a little campaign of just periodically quick saving. I had made some adjustments in the Wildcat Combat Overhaul, thinking that that might help to throttle back some of the friendly fire damage. Clearly, I was mistaken.
Brother, calm yourself. Calm yourself. Damn it, brother.
Got real fire in you.
Oh, this is my good armor you're singeing.
You know, there's 101 ways to skin a Khajiit.
That is no longer funny.
Okay, this little valley here. I've always felt like this is one of the creepiest locations in Skyrim. Remember the first time I played this game, I was walking through this valley for the first time. Was so desolate. And then I got to a point where there was a sudden rumbling and my character staggered. And I could never understand what that was. And I came to understand later that it was alluding to some kind of an underground collapse that was happening. And this was the vanilla game that did this. And
Good job.
oh man, see now he hit me again. Maybe it wasn't a direct enough hit, but this didn't seem to hurt me at all. In fact, when I died from it before, there was no health bar or anything, so I don't know. I'm confused. I love how he runs with a shield up. That's freaking awesome. So it's worth talking a little bit about what are my plans for Idastog in terms of investment in perks. Well, he is a complicated character from a roleplay perspective, but he is very much not a complicated character when it comes to skills and perks. So if we take a quick look at that, my investments with this character, the only investment I'm going to make in crafting will be in smithing. Otherwise, the investments are in heavy armor, block, one-handed, and the only other skill I'm investing in is speech. Speech is an interesting one because we are going to head up this track here, starting with The Universe Listens. This entire track here is designed to help increase the power and effectiveness of his shouts. So he is really, really going to be heavily battle-focused. And one of the things that I plan on doing is spending a lot more time concerning myself with block than with heavy armor, for example. I probably won't be investing any more in heavy armor for a while. I plan on doing a lot of block investing and a lot of one-handed and speech primarily. So I will accept your challenge, Panicked Monk. Dude.
Damn faithless Imperials.
Yeah, brother. Oh, shit. We crashed. Totally crashed. Let's fire it up again. I'm glad I saved when I did. We're definitely going to have to. See, I dropped a steel pot into a bear trap. Who knew that's what would cause a crash? Apparently the game can't handle that. So let's continue. Let's just go here. Quick save. Well, this is the reality of Skyrim and live streams. But the weirdness that we get in terms of crashes and periodic deaths from live streaming, we make up for in flexibility in advancing the story. So let's get past this crab before... Okay, do your thing, bro. Crab Slayer. See, the problem is the damn crab's going to chase me. And then he's going to kill it by shouting in my general direction.
Move, goat. All right. Hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish.
How about you walk away now, or I split you from crotch to collarbone?
Well, I can see you're not one to be trifled with. Let this be a warning to you.
On your way.
That was satisfying. Okay. All right, Joe. Let's take a look here. SGTM .0001 TFC SECSM 3. There you go. That's a nice look. Screenshot. That's good fun. Okay.
You are... Realize it. The sooner we can see the back of you.
That shield position will be a lot of fun when we get higher levels in block and we can start doing, you know, block running and stuff. It is an ale bottle, but it doesn't have ale in it.
It is filled with the tears of the gods. Yes, tears of the gods.
You ready? Good. You've got real fire in you. I like that.
Yes, I like it too.
Well, Idastog does not drink alcohol, so it is literally the tears of the gods. I look forward to serving it to you, Joe. I drank another bottle last night, so I've only got 3.5 bottles left. So I'm conserving it. Which is crazy. That's a month worth of work for basically 8 bottles of ale. But what are you going to do? All right. F5.
Come, we will fight the traps. Oh, it is raining. Prepare. Ah, seems fine. Brother, there is a dead cat here behind this cart. Perhaps you'd like to try skinning it.
Dead.
All right, brother. I hope your mage is there when we get to the city.
We'll show those faithless dogs who this land belongs to.
I need someone to help me translate this knowledge before it is gone. Come, beast.
Here they come! To a show!
Oh. Look. It looks me in the eye. It's a brave beast. Strange, is it not? Sure, take your leisure, brother. We have no time to waste.
Was that and I go way back. Let me just tell you, on second thought, I'll keep that to myself.
All right, we have kind of gotten away from the realm of the Forsworn. So we're not going to run into any of them for a little while. Maybe the isolated bandit group that has people in Forsworn garb as part of their group, but those people are definitely on his list, on his radar. So having arrived in Skyrim and having that be one of his first encounters, two shot. I think that's definitely going to make a significant impression on him. In that he's going to be thinking to himself, you know, Skyrim, you know, I've left at Mora to escape the Woodland Man. He's basically running for his life, understanding that sooner or later the Woodland Man is going to kill him. He's running to Skyrim to try and buy time to preserve the knowledge that he has. And he arrives in Skyrim to discover that Skyrim is crawling with people who apparently count themselves among the faithful of the Woodland Man as well. So to him, it looks like an invasion, you know, that kind of a thing. And so that is going to change his perspective, you know, of what's going on in Skyrim and what his role is. And he came here thinking he was going to escape and buy time, and he's finding himself in what he considers to be the thick of a much larger and worse battle than he ever thought. So we're going to use that from a role play point of view. And one of the things that we'll be doing is, you know, as his power increases, so too will his experiences with Hermaeus Mora and the effects of the demon in Skyrim. That's going to affect his level of paranoia and superstition, and it's going to make him less trustful of anyone. It's certainly going to be causing a rift between himself and his brothers. And I'll be looking for a way to portray that as well as we go along. But these are the things that are fun. These are the things we get to think about and figure out, you know, how do we do that? Given what we have, you know, for mods and vanilla tools, you know, in the game and all these kinds of stuff combined, how can we portray this concept of an argument between brothers or a difference of opinion in philosophy? So one of the things that I've done, as I'd mentioned earlier on in the stream, is I'm trying to make Skyrim a grim and forbidding place. I'm doing that somewhat through the lighting, but I'm also doing that through mods that do things like this, which add a huge encampment of Imperials, basically an Imperial army. All the cities now have scenes at the gates of execution. We've got immersive patrols all over the place. We've got OBIS, which is really amping up the nastiness and severity of the bandits that we'll encounter. Obviously, I've introduced a mod into the mix, which is adding some crazy demonic creatures that are reminiscent of what the Woodland Man looks like. And these are all things that are going to kind of work together to hopefully create a playthrough of Skyrim that will have a kind of a dark and sinister feel to it. The introduction of that mod, it's adding in some creatures, and we've only encountered one so far, and believe me, they're a lot worse than that. The one that we encountered was mild by comparison. And these encounters, part of the fun is going to be interpreting the encounters with these creatures as they happen. I don't know when they're going to happen. They're kind of random. And we'll need to interpret those. So we'll need to decide when these things happen to Eidestag, does he understand that they're really happening? Or does he think that they're happening in his mind? Does he think that he's somehow going crazy? You know, we have all of these great options laid out before us now for how we can interpret these things. And I think how we choose to interpret those encounters will be very much dependent on where Eidestag is at the moment, what his level of paranoia is, and the things that are going on in relationship to those events. So we're going to take that as it comes and always be mindful of everything that we've set out as far as the characters' traits, plot, the circles of character conflict, all of his inner turmoil and inner demons. I would say as characters go, Eidestag is every bit as complicated and dark as Fleet ever was. And perhaps in some unexpected and different ways. So that is something interesting that we have to look forward to. And I'm really looking forward to digging into that content. All right. I got to pull up a chair here. We're very close to getting another level. Okay.
I've got your back.
Do ya? Do ya?
Still here.
I can smell a tavern 3 miles out. Some people think that's odd. I think it's talent.
Brother, where is this mage you speak of? He's a court mage. The seat of government, then.
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
Shut it, fool. Mercenary. I hate cities. Look at this garbage.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining up myself.
Isolde, was it? What brings you to the market?
I'm here to buy food. Mister, could you spare a coin?
We are the children of man.
Why are there children on the streets?
God of man, ascended from flesh to rule
Children should
the
not be
realm.
seen.
I'm waiting.
Go ahead. Wait.
Need something?
No. All right. We are here. We will see what happens. As you know, all the characters in the series are doing different quests.
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgrup is not receiving visitors.
Who's this then?
I'm looking for the mage.
Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
Dragon. I don't know what you're talking about.
By Ysmir, Irileth was right. What do you say now,
I once knew a guy who
Shall we
survived
continue
in a
to
dark
trust
cave
in the
off
strength of
Rockfish
our
for
walls?
a month just to
Against
find
the
his
dragon?
Stupid ring.
My lord,
I'll tell you about it
we should
sometime
send
when our
troops to
fellowship
Riverwood at
travels
once.
the land fighting orcs
It's in
and
the
elves.
most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains,
The Jarl of Falkreath will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Need something?
I'm here to see the
Send a
mage.
detachment to Riverwood at once.
yes, my Jarl.
These people.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
They're all pompous.
That would be best.
Make a move.
Well
toward
done.
Balgra.
You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here,
How
take
is
this
that?
as a small token of my esteem. There
is this?
another thing you
Armor.
could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard.
Finally.
He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
Always good to see someone I can trust.
I don't care about dragons. Can he find me a scribe? I need a scribe.
I serve Jarl Balgruff as steward.
Good for you, pencil neck.
Right now. Father promised. All you ever do is complain about what you want. You're a spoiled baby. I'm going to tell Father you said that. He'll tan your hide for sure.
Still here.
I know.
Next Imperial I see is dead.
You know, there's 101 ways to skin a Khajiit.
We'll show those faithless dogs who this land
We're having a
belongs to.
Help
conversation.
you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
Dragon
So
project.
the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there.
All right. What am I fetching?
Straight to the point, eh? No need for tedious hows and whys. I like that. Leave those details to your betters, am I right? I, learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
What are the duties of a court wizard? Do you inscribe books?
I'll put it simply so you'll understand. I advise the Jarl in matters of magic. If the Hold is faced with any threats or mysteries of a magical nature, I am called upon to explain things and suggest a course of action. Hopefully that answer will satisfy you. Good day.
This is a priority now.
Good day.
Anything we can use to fight this dragon, or dragons, we need it quickly, before it's too late.
Of course, Jarl Balgruf. You seem to have found me an able assistant. I'm sure he will prove most useful.
Succeed at this, and you'll be rewarded. Whiterun will be in your debt.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took some guy's knee and used it for an arrow.
That is a good one. right, Thero. You'll come with me. You'll help me find this stupid tablet, whatever it is. I'm going to leave my brother here with his insufferable mage.
Still here.
Where did he go? Hey.
Less talk, more blood spilling.
All right, let's see if we can... You know what? Probably the easiest way to do this is let's have them all relax here.
I can smell a tavern 3 miles out. Some people think that's odd. I think it's a talent.
And then Theral, we'll invite her to come with us.
I'll head back home if you need me.
Oh, no, you won't.
What do you need? Lead the way.
All right, that ought to do the trick. That ought to have these other two blokes. They'll sit here and chill out. And then Idastog and Theral will be free to go through Bleak Falls Barrow.
Need something?
Together. So we're going to trim off a few followers here now that we're getting into a barrow. I think close quarters, this will be more interesting. So we'll have a ranged fighter, and then we'll have Idastog to do the tanking. We'll see how that goes.
Fear not. Come dragon or giant, we'll be ready.
I'm right behind you.
Okay. So, let's make an adjustment. She's got such great barbaric hair. So, we need her to let the freak flag fly a little bit. I love the idea personally of Idastog sort of putting the Jarl in the uncomfortable position of having to host a couple of smelly thugs while he goes out to do this job. So I think that'll be fun.
It's just us against the dragon. Is that it?
Yeah, Strudel, I think it is interesting. You remember at the beginning of this how mistrustful Idastog was of Theral. And they went through their first dungeon crawl, and she did such a good job there that she really earned his respect. And of course, you remember that's when he actually started using her name, calling her by her name. Up until that point, he'd been very dismissive and was just calling her woman all the time as a way to kind of insult her, I guess, you know, to not use her real name. Was his way of taking a jab at her. Well, he's gotten past that now. He's still an asshole for the most part, but he's definitely more respectful of her now than he was before, and that's because he sees her as intelligent, and he's seen her battle prowess as well. And she's extraordinarily effective with her bow, so... And really, I mean, that's what a guy like Idastog respects, fighting ability. So he seems to have gotten past the fact that she's an elf and all of that business. So we'll see how these two do together. That is correct, yes. She will not be burning him to a leathery crisp every 5 seconds, which is nice. Watch the cat. Hold, cat.
Whew. You nearly got jumped. He's quick.
Still here.
I thought he was going to let us pass, but I guess not. You're aggressive. Okay, up we go. I love Bleak Falls Barrow. Never gets old. Bear. Hold creature. Come on, let's let him be. Now, I haven't actually done the main quest line, the Alduin quest line, in a while. And I'm very excited to tackle it with this character in particular. Because I just feel like Idastog is fun to play. I feel like he's got a lot of soul. And I think that I'm going to get some kind of fun and interesting things out of that quest line through the eyes of a character like him, maybe more so than others, because he's going to be particularly invested in it. And given the backstory that we have set up for him and the backdrop of all of his trauma associated with the Woodland Man, there's going to be kind of this darkness, but also this sense of urgency to everything that he does, which I think will be kind of intriguing. All right. Ugh. Finish him, Theron. I guess not. That was an interesting angle. There was a lot of weird stuff that just happened there, but who's counting? And there's the level. The other nice thing, of course, is it's level 20. And level 20 means that we get 2 perks to spend. So let's get on up in here. I'm going to do that. Look at this. All right. Let's do it. Okay, so we've been investing alternately in health and stamina. I'm going to go to health. Now, really the investments that I have to make right now are going to be either in heavy armor, block, or one-handed. I'm not going to invest any more in speech quite yet. Probably more investments coming there as we get more into using shouts. So, all right, we got timed block, poke the dragon. After a successful timed block within 8 feet, you may retaliate with increased strength, increasing your attack damage and critical strike damage against the attacker by 25% for 5 seconds. Now that brings us up to Apocalypse Proof. Perform a timed block to mitigate incoming fire, frost, and shock spells. That is going to help us in a bunch of different ways.
So let's do that. Right, now we exit here. Our followers go up. Oh, I thought I had that mod installed. I don't. All right, here we go.
I've got your back.
Okay, let's try something. I'm going to see if I can get her to do a silent attack. In order for that to happen, I think we've got to get ourselves set up where I can be absolutely sure she can see the enemy. Okay, let's see if it'll work.
I've got your back. Lead on.
Actually, I think this actually works a little bit differently. Let's just be sure. There is a command that I can hotkey. Or maybe it's a spell. It could be a spell, too. Yeah, I bet it's a spell. Not sure, if I'm being honest. Forget what the hell it's called. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it gets...
Still here.
Let's do this. Let's say, prepare to take the enemy down. I'll give the sign. Okay, takedown sign has been added. So the question is, where is that sign? Takedown sign. Okay. Now I'm going to take the old takedown sign. It's not really working. Attackus interruptus. Leg injury inflicted on me. All right. We're going to try the old takedown sign thing. Come on. This is a novice chest. Huh. Not opening. I guess it's lost to us. All right. What I'd like to do is... The takedown sign is a little bit of a pain in the ass because it doesn't appear in your inventory until after you give the command, which means then you got to go into your inventory and select it. What it means is that you can't hotkey it, which would be so much more interesting if you could kind of hotkey that. But and it'll stay in your inventory for a little while, but like see here, I've still got it.
Still here.
Yeah, she's making her move, but he's gonna die. So he's not a good candidate for the effect. We have experienced these before, or something like them.
Snake, snake, snake. Ooh. Why do wrong? Snake, snake, well. Oh, not a snake. There we go.
All right. Keep that. Now you'll notice that I am not concerning myself about the fact that he can't read and he's taken the levels from the books. I don't mind that. There's about 1,000 different ways I could justify that, so I choose to do it.
Is this worth anything? Probably not. Dusty old paper. Ah. Are you thirsty, woman? You want some water? Fine. Be stubborn.
Is someone coming? Is that you, Hot Team? Bjorn! Soling!
What is this? Gods, look at it. Oh. Ugh.
Kill it! Kill it!
I did, idiot. Was well timed. Earrings. Golden potions.
Get me down! Get me down! You! Over here!
Who are you?
You did it. You killed it. Now cut me down before anything else shows up. Yes, the claw. I know how it works. The claw, the markings, the door in the Hall of Stories. I know how they all fit together. Help me down and I'll show you. You won't believe the power the Nords have hidden there.
What are you talking about, Claw?
Sweet breath of Arcade, thank you. It's coming loose. I can feel it. You fool. Why should I share the treasure with anyone?
Fool? Who are you calling a fool?
Never should have come.
Whoa,
I've got a
look
bad
at this
feeling about
place.
this.
Do you? Why? Ah, more old ones. That one is yours. I've got this one. well-placed shot. I've seen these before. Brutal traps. Look at the construction work. What patience it would take to work these stones. There's one behind you, woman. Ah, blocking with a torch. Excellent idea. You need a shield. Get him, Feral. Very good. Good strike. Ah. What is this foolishness? Ooh, very close. Did you see that? Feral. Hello? Feral. Feral! Where are you? Feral. Where did you go, woman? Are you all right? That looked like it hurt. Come on. Come on. Come on. Do you know how to pick locks? Oh. Come on. Ah, ha, ha, ha. We'll take that. I don't know about these blue ones. Come. These caverns are vast. They go on for miles. Well, hello, how are you? Come, join the battle, let's go. Good shot. Hey. Do you mind? Listen.
I've got your back.
I need you to do something. Are you ready? Right there. See the old one? Go get him. I authorize you to attack. Why are you not doing so? He's right there. What are you looking for? Ah, there we go. Took you a while, but you did it. Thank you. I hear more of them. Uh-huh. Whoa. Magic. These old ones make such awful sounds. Sounds like my brother snoring. Ah, Theral, do you mind? Feel free. Go ahead. Well done. I present a barricade, and you, the artillery. I must conserve my strength for carrying this stone tablet. Ah, look at this. Magnificent. More dusty paper. Ah, a troll. Ha ha ha. This is an opportunity. Thero. Where did she go? Come, there is a frost troll. Now, I must charge him to get the upper hand. I must charge him, and I must strike true. If I miss my first shot, I am done for. Come, beast. Here we go. Come. Come. Yeah. Thero. Did you see that? Ah, that slap hurt. The locked chest. Why does this one give me trouble? It looked cheap. You, Thero.
I'm right behind you.
Tell me, can you pick a lock?
All right, what is it?
Can you pick a lock? Here. Unlock that chest.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it.
Oh, come on. Ugh. Fine, I'll beat on it some more. Ah. Oh, you took it all. You did empty it. Well done.
Can't do that.
Can't
Sorry.
take the skeleton. Very well. I will search the skeletons. You pick the locks. We are a good team. It is unfortunate you are so ugly. We could get married and have 10 kids. 10 younglings running around. With pointy ears and thick beards. That would be magical, would it not, woman? Ugh. She is stoic. I like it. Well, hello, old one. Very nice. Aha. Oh, it's locked again. Your work is
I've got your back.
prepared for you. Are you ready? Are you ready?
All right, what is it?
Go.
What do you need?
I need you to unlock this chest as well.
Okay, got it.
Let's see what you're worth. Come. Unlock it. Come.
Okay, got it.
Are you doing it or not? Ugh. Very well, I'll beat it to death. My chest. Why must everything be in a chest? Ah, there it is. I don't know what these gems are, these purple gems. Perhaps they're worthless. Why are you skulking around? Come, let's fight.
Oh.
Okay. Very good. Listen, do you hear it?
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Why? I guess I can understand based on your last experience. I would encourage you to be more careful. Come. Okay. It's about timing. Timing, woman. Ow! Ah, my ass. Like I said, timing. Ah, yeah. Ah, that hurt. Slice that with my bag open. Got this? Well done. I rather enjoy it when I don't have to lift a finger. What's this? All right. Whoa. Oh, come, old one. I blocked it. There's a worthy weapon, and you are dead. I'm beginning to believe we don't need those other two idiots. What say you, team? Oh, shit. Well. Well, we have no claw to put into the claw hole.
Still here.
Remember that mousy man? The one trapped in the spider web? The one whose neck I snapped like a twig. He said something about having a golden claw, or knowing where it was, right? Perhaps I should not have killed him so quickly. Yes, I've learned my lesson. Look at these. That what you were looking at, I assume? Yes. I killed him too quickly. I think that perhaps I need to learn to be more civilized, Theral. I should have tortured him first. Well, let's go back and find him. Ah, sweet silence. The woodland man wouldn't come in here, would he? I'm going to wait for Theral. Safety in numbers, right? Yes. It is a long hike, but it gives me time to think. Thinking is boring. When I think, that's when things go wrong. That's when I start to question myself. So, I must record everything I have stored in my head on pages, in books. It will take endless hours, but is the only way to be sure my people's memory will survive. There is no other way. Crusty old one. Still he has gold. We're almost there, right? Ah, yes. This is the one which encountered you in an epic battle, Theral. I witnessed it. I was your witness. Careful. All right, let's find the mousy man. Here he is. Of course. A journal. We'll keep it. Maybe the insulting mage will want the journal, or maybe I'll give it to him forcibly down the throat. That's a much better idea. All right, back we go. No, what is this? Woman, did you reactivate this? Ugh. Okay, I got it the first time. It is timing. Atmoran timing. Haha. Yes. Yes. She leaves her arrows everywhere like refuse. Perhaps that's why she spends every night sitting at the campfire, not telling stories, making arrows. Campfires are for stories. And yet she sits there, making arrows. Do you think she's listening? I doubt it. Beast. Look at it. Theral. Surely you've seen this beast, this creature I slayed it. It was something to see. Yes. My brother, my older brother, would have been proud. Volfar is not smart, but he has a good heart. Whereas Hoth is smart, but he's a snake. He cannot be trusted. Remember that. Golden claw. I wonder, could I melt it down and make something from it? Something useful. Why did you turn these back on? What are you covering our flank? Everyone's dead. Watch the ass. There it is. Let me turn it off, please. Very good. Perhaps I could have beat this door into submission. No. All right. Let us look at this claw. Golden claw. Even I can solve this riddle. The bear, the bug, and the owl, of course. All right. Ready yourself. Aha. No. Oh, look it. Why didn't you say anything? You're so imperious. Look at you. You ever catch that chain on anything?
I'm right behind you.
Yes, always. Everyone is behind Idastag. Always. Okay, ready yourself now. I am ready. Are you ready? Shield wall. And nothing. Whoa. Behold, look it. See, witness, woman. This is why Nordic civilization is awesome. Behold the awesome workmanship of the Nords. It's beautiful. And you live in a tree. Good job. Where would this tablet be, do you suppose?
I've never seen anything quite like that.
Yes. It is beautiful, is it not? Come. Let's investigate. Do you hear that? Ah, more of these glyphs. What does it mean? It means unrelenting force. Somehow I knew that. Assuming you can't read it. Come. Ah, no, he is mine. He is mine, woman. Come. I got it. Oh, no, you don't. All right. What did I say? I said he was mine. How would you like it if I came to your tree and slew your enemies, your ancestors? I think you wouldn't like it.
I'm right behind you.
What is this? Boots?
I'm right behind you.
Do you think he has it? Let's search the old one. He does. And look at this blade. We'll keep it. of these. Come, we are done here. Thank you, everybody, for your attendance tonight. That is the end of Tuesday Night Stories featuring Idastog. Join me again next week on Monday night for the next story time. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you next week.